everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm back with a video that was requested by you guys saying that you wanted to see a book recommendation video for children's books. I am obviously a massive reader, which I'm sure you're all aware of, and that bug has luckily gone on to P. She loves her stories, she always has done from when she was like a year old. I am here today to sit down and discuss book recommendations for your children's books. So P is 3 and November, December, January, February, March, April, May. So she's, oh my god, she's 3.5. Where's the time gone? A variety of books to show you, some which are probably aimed at older children as opposed to P's age, but through watching things on telly, she knows the characters and she likes the stories. So I'm just gonna get started. Please be aware I have got a lot, and I've also got a lot of collections because I am a massive book collector. If you follow me, you'll know P and myself have big bookshelves with collections of all books by certain authors and things like that. It's just, I'd rather put money into books than I would into plastic toys. So where to start? I'm going to start off with a couple of classics, which are the favourites of P. Oh, I forgot another one. I can't even bother to go in there and go and get it. The Hungry Caterpillar is a classic. She absolutely loves that. That is one that she goes for, but that's a board book as opposed to a softback. She's sort of gone off the board books now as well. They rarely get touched, you know, like the Rod Campbell, flat books and Postman Bear and all of that. She doesn't really go for those anymore. If you want me to do like a recommendation video for like 1 to 2 year olds or 2 to 3, leave me a comment below and I can always go through the stash as to what we've got and then sit down and speak to you about those as well. But for like the 3 to 4 year old category, maybe even 5, these are some of her favourites. So 2 classics, I'm sure you've all heard of these. So we've got Peace at Last by Jill Murphy. This is a lovely book. I got this from The Works. The Works are a great place to buy children's books. They do offers normally 10 for £10 online, and I think you can get a discount code so you can get it for like 10 books for £8. Really good for when you want to do a book advent at Christmas, if that's something that you take part in, or if you just want to get a stash of books and then you can divvy them out for like children's birthday presents and things like that. They make it's a good place to look at books, even for yourself as an adult as well. So Jill Murphy, Peace at Last. This is about a little bear who can't get to sleep, so he goes to try and go to sleep in other rooms in the house, and it's the story about like he goes to sleep in the car, goes to sleep in the kitchen, things like that, and then finally goes to bed and falls asleep. The alarm clock goes off, and it's just a really nice story, and she really likes that one. I'd probably say her favourite one and most read is Tiger Who Came to Tea. She loves watching someone read this on YouTube as well, and she learned the story that way, like she can repeat it back to me. It's just a really lovely story about a tiger that came for tea. It's really weird. The drawings are really bizarre, but she absolutely loves the story. And I love this one. I think because it was a classic for me, it's just special for me as well. And that's by Judith Kerr. I think it's spelled Carr, but I say Kerr. So we've got those 2. I hate to include these in here because they're not nice stories. And they're not something that I would go for, but the girl bloody loves Peppa Pig, and these are the ones that she goes for. So I found these in charity shops. Again, my buying style has completely changed since having P. When she was a newborn, I was always buying brand new, and then I think when she was maybe like 1.5 years, I then discovered car boots and second-hand shops and charity shops and things like that. And they're amazing going to charity shops. I know some people look at it like, oh, why would you want other people's stuff? Like, that's rank. But you're getting it as a deal for yourself because it's a lot cheaper than buying it brand new. Like, this should have been £9.99 and it cost me £1. But you're also giving money to a good cause. You're donating money to charity, which helps other people. So the snob in me, before I had P, I was like, ugh, charity shops. But now, they're the only shops I bloody go in. So I've got the treasuries. So I've got Peppa's Story Collection, 6 books in 1. So these are the books that you've got in them, and then we've also got Peppa's Treasury of Tales, again 6 books in 1, and then these are the stories that you've got in that one. They're just really, I hate to say it, but they're good, they're bright and they're colourful, because Peppa Pig brainwashes your child she will sit and read this every night before bed and not get bored of it. They are bright, they are colourful, they're quick stories as well for bedtime, which is great, because I don't know about you, but I don't like sitting reading a novel. When it's adult time, it's adult time. So they're just fab. Peppa Pig is always at the car boots. I'm sure you'll always be able to find them in charity shops. So I do, burns my soul to say it, but I do recommend just getting even just one Peppa Pig book, because kids love it. Another classic which I always recommend whenever I get questions on Instagram or whatever saying, what books do you think I should get my 3-year-old? I always suggest Maisie, for the same reasons as to the other Peppa Pig ones. They're bright, they're colourful, they're short and snappy, and they're easy to read. Maisie is also a kids programme. P's got a DVD and she really likes that. For some reason they're 2 different sizes. I think these ones are the newer ones and these ones are the older ones. Again, I got these all second hand. I didn't pay more than 30-50p for them all. So we have got Maisie Goes to Hospital, Maisie Goes on Holiday, Goes Camping, Christmas Eve, Goes to the City, Goes to the Museum, Goes on a Sleepover, and Goes to the Library. They're just really nice, bright, colourful books. You've got an array of characters. Again, not very long, just really good books. I really recommend these. They're just easy, I think. Obviously P's not at the age where she can read, but I think these will definitely grow with her. Like I said, they're a quick bedtime story as well. You can talk about the situation, so I'll be like, oh, where's Maisie going today? She's going to the library, mummy, to get some books out, etc, etc. So yeah, Maisie books are a definite big recommendation from me. Is Osborne. Osborne are great. I love Osborne books so much. We had a lot more when P was a lot smaller, like the Osborne Lift the Flat books and the Osborne, what are they called? The soft ones. Oh my god, what are they called? Touch and feel ones. You know which ones I mean. Like that's not my, there we go, that's not my kitten, that's not my dog, and all of that stuff. They have since then gone into the attic because she's just grown out of them. But this is the Osborne Lift the Flat book, Christmas version. So Poppy and Sam, which I'll show you in a minute, they live on a farm and you've just got all the flats. P still likes her flat books, but this is obviously a Christmas version, which makes it even more special, and it's lovely. With Osborne books you have the little yellow duck that you have to find. He's down here. And she just really likes this one. So it's sort of like a big girl flat book because you've got more flaps and there's more of a story. So that is that one. Again, I got the second hand off of worldofbooks.com, which I really recommend for children's books as well. So with that Osborne set, I actually picked these up from the works. I don't know if they still do it. P had just turned 1. I got them in the Black Friday sale. I got them for her 2nd Christmas, but she'd just turned 1 because her birthday's in November. I wish I got the bind up, I'm not gonna lie. So this is the Osborne Farmyard Tale Stories. I got the box set with all the individual books, but I wish I got the bind up, which is probably a bit bigger than this, and it's got all the stories in one, just through space. I think it makes sense, but I thought I was getting better value for money for getting individual books. I don't know what thought went through my head. These are great. I used to read these when I was small, and I remember googling, it was late at night, couldn't get to sleep, and I remember googling like find little yellow duck books, because I knew P would like it because it's sort of like a Where's Wally concept. And then they came up and I was like, oh my god, this is it, like I remember. So you've got 20 in here and they are fab little stories. They are great for 3-year-olds. If you've got a 3-year-old to buy for and they don't own these books, buy them these. They also do an experiences range. I've only got a few individual ones like this, but I might just invest and get the bind up from like World of Books. And it's like first experience going to the doctors, first experience going to nursery, moving house, going to the dentist, I don't know what I've said and what I haven't said, getting a pet. There's loads of different first experiences, which I think is really good and really educational. But this is about Poppy and Sam. They live on Apple Tree Farm. They have a dog called Rusty, and this is what it's like. So it's good for when they're older as well and they're learning to read, because the concept is that the child reads the top bit, which is very small, and then we as adults or parents, we read the bottom bit that elaborates the story a lot more. I love the illustrations, they're so lovely. There's a little yellow duck on each of the pages, so again it prompts your child to have a look at the picture and pay attention to the story. Like I'll turn the page and people will be like, oh no, didn't find yellow duck, and she'll turn it back again. They're just really, really lovely stories, and they're probably the one thing that I do recommend is getting these. This box set cost me, I got it brand new from the works, I think I got it for £10 to £12. It retails for just short of £80, so I really, really recommend getting these. It's a great gift. Books in general are a great gift. I don't feel like people gift books that often anymore, and it makes me really sad. It's something that I always gift to other people because reading is essential. What else have I got? I'll do these. These are very grown up for a 3-year-old. I don't want to say P's advanced because she's not, but she just bloody loves a book, and she loves like search and find. With the Osborne book, she loves finding the little yellow duck. So I got these. I got these last year for her, so when she was 2.5, and she really got into it and still loves them to this day. Where's Wally? Classic. I got all 7, I think. Yeah, there's 7. So we've got, hang on, Where's Wally, which is the original. We've got Where's Wally Now, Where's Wally The Fantastic Journey, Where's Wally in Hollywood, Where's Wally The Wonder Book, Where's Wally The Great Picture Hunt, and Where's Wally The Incredible Paper Chase. I love these myself. I love it when people's like, Mummy, sit on the sofa with me and do Where's Wally. I'm like, okay, you look on your page, I'll look on my page, and we'll cross-reference what we've found. If you're not aware of the concept of Where's Wally, I don't know where you've been living, probably underneath a rock. These are great. I don't know if you had these as a child, but I had them. And I remember, like, when I was small, I used to make like a chart, like I'd count how many pages there were, and then I'd write Wally, Wender, Scroll, Wolf's Tail, Oddlaw, Binoculars, Key, Camera, and whatever else was in there, and I'd tick them off, and I wasn't allowed to turn the page until I found the things. They are so good, and they are going to grow with P forever, and they're just so magical. I remember doing these when I was 12, so I just love them. So the concept of Where's Wally is that you have a different like search and find page, and like I said, so you have the same characters that you have to find. So these are the characters you have to find. So you've got Oddlaw, Wizard Whitebeard, Wender, Wolf and Wally, and then you've got their little things. So you've got Wally's key, Wolf's bone, Wender's camera, Wizard's scroll, Oddlaw's binoculars, and then you have, like I showed, you've got like different pages that you search for, and things like that. He gets the concept. She'll like be lying in bed, she'll be like, oh, let's find Wender next, or let's find Oddlaw or Wizard, and she'll be like, oh, forgot to find the scroll. Like, she gets it and she loves it. So it's a little bit grown up, I think, for children, but she absolutely loves it. So if you've got a child that's really into search and find, I recommend just investing in getting Where's Wally. Like I've said, I got all of these secondhand, 50p, a pound from car boots and charity shops. Really, really recommend getting Where's Wally. A couple more collections left and then I'm done. I would say easier scale of books, which I always see at the library, are Pip and Posy. These are by Axel Scheffler, which is the illustrator to Julia Donaldson's books, which I think is why P likes them so much. This is a collection I got from TK Maxx. It's 6 books, I think. Yeah, 6 books for, I think I got them for £10, which isn't too bad. And they were all wrapped and they came as like a nice gift. So we've got Pip and Posy, The New Friend, The Little Puddle, The Big Balloon, Super Scooter, Scary Monster, and Bedtime Frog. They're lovely stories. Again, they're not too long. They're great for 3-year-olds when they don't have the biggest attention span, and especially at bedtime when you want to get them into bed. So you've got Pip and Posy, the little mouse and the little bunny. They're really good friends, and there's always like a moral of the story. So for example, in this one, Posy forgot to bring her nighttime frog to her sleepover with Posy. Not her frog. Was it her frog? No, she forgot to take her pig. She's really upset, and then Pip very kindly said, oh no, she forgot her frog, sorry, and she got given the pig. He very kindly gave her his comfort pig to make her feel better. Like, they've just got really nice morals of the story. Again, the writing's not too big, so I mean not too small, sorry. They're just really, really nice books. They, like I said, they teach you a good moral about being kind or being polite and sharing and things like that. So these are always at the library. If you're unable to sort of purchase books, look at your local libraries as well. It's free to sign up, it's free to get books out. There is no excuse as to why you can't get your hands on books. I love my library service. I use it so often. I learn about so many different authors for myself and for P through the library. You can borrow, in my county, Norfolk, in Norfolk we are able to borrow up to 20 books a time. And I'll also point out with children's books, I don't know if it's the same in the UK, but for us, your children's books can go overdue and you don't get a charge, which I think is great, because as mums and as parents, you get busy and sometimes you forget to renew your loans. So don't worry that if you do get out of 10, 15 books that you're going to have a massive fine if you're unable to get back to the library. They don't do a charge where we are. So it's worth looking into, it's worth signing up, definitely. I bloody love the library. Right, what else should I talk about? A classic I'm going to have to go on to. P doesn't actually own these at the moment, just because we've been getting them from the library, and I found these in charity shops and stuff throughout the year. I'm the type of person that buys things, puts them away for like an occasion. I'm not the type of person that will just give it to her because I've brought it and she can have it. Like, I put things away because I don't like doing things in excess. So for the book advent this year, she will be receiving these, and they are Julia Donaldson books. I've sort of held off giving them to her because they are longer, and at the moment P doesn't really have the attention span to sit and listen to a really long story. Like The Snail and the Whale, for example, is quite a long, I don't know if you can see, it's quite a long book. Like, there's quite a lot of writing on a page like that. Whereas we prefer short and snappy books. So that's why I've put off giving them to her. But they are incredible. I love the fact that the BBC, I don't know if you're aware, they started, was it 4 years ago now? Turning the books into TV films and releasing them on Christmas Day. So they've done the Gruffalo, Gruffalo's Child, Room on the Broom, Highway Rat, and they've just done Zog. And they are so lovely, and that has helped P get into the story. So we've got the Gruffalo and the Gruffalo's Child and Room on the Broom and Squash and the Squeeze. We've got them on the shelf and she reads those, and because she can like correspond it to the TV show. These ones haven't been turned into the TV show or DVD or whatever you want to call it. But I just love Julia Donaldson's books. She's a classic and she is so good at what she does for a reason. That's why she's so popular. So like I said, I've got loads. Charlie Cook's favourite book, really like this one. It's a really clever concept. This is by Axel Scheffler, not Julia Donaldson, but that's Hamilton's Hats. It's a little pig that's got loads of top hats. Monkey Puzzle, The Smartest Giant in Town. This one's quite a long one. I don't know if you can see. We've also got like Stickman and things like that, but I didn't bring them in here. Like I said earlier, we've got The Snail and the Whale. Tiddler, it's about a little fish. Room on the Broom, she's already got as a board book, but I'm going to try and wean her off the board books and get her onto her paperbacks. Again, like I said, they are quite long, but I think for like a 4 to 5 year old it's great, but as a 3-year-old they like listening to the story. And then the Highway Rat, like I said, I've got them all in the conservatory waiting to be wrapped up for the book advent. I just need to film that when it's acceptable to film that, because it's currently May. Tabby McTack, Stickman. We only need Superworm. I think that's the only one that we are missing. I've just got 2 series which are slightly older, like I'd say 5 years plus, just because of the length and the they're not complex, but the type of book that they are. But because P watches this on telly and has done since she's been like 1.5, she loves this, and that is Topsy and Tim. She has slightly gone off watching the programme, but she still really enjoys the books. She got these for her 3rd birthday. These were £10 I think online. You can get them in TK Maxx, I've seen them in there. This is the bind up, but you've got loads of individual ones as well. If you only get 1 or 2, you can get them individually from WH Smith. These are by Jean and Gareth Adamson. This is a 10 book collection. So we have got go to the doctor, go to the dentist, have a birthday party, go to the zoo, go camping, have itchy heads, at the farm, go on an aeroplane, learn to swim and play football. All of them are listed at the back as to how many that they actually do. We have got pretty much all of them. She's got the Christmas one, she's got the police one, she's got the school one. There's only a select few that she doesn't actually have, just because, again, I like to collect. They're lovely stories. They are quite long. If your child is like mine and doesn't like having like a massive story, how am I going to show you? Let me go like this. So they're really, really nice and colourful. They always teach like a good moral of the story. Again, I just really, really like Topsy and Tim. I'd never had Topsy and Tim when I was small, but they're just lovely stories and great. And I think, again, because P can correspond it to the TV show, which I really recommend, I think that's why she likes it so much. There's also a map of the village at the end of each book as well. And they're just lovely books. I really, really recommend those. Like I said, I'd probably say they're for like a 4-year-old onwards, but P's had them for a long time and she likes just looking at the pictures and letting me read to her, or she makes up a story when she looks at the pictures herself. Another series that she got for her 3rd birthday, I told you I like to invest in books instead of toys. And these are ones that, again, we got from the library. I see these in the library all the time. So again, if you don't want to feel like you have to buy a series or struggle to find them, the library have them all the time. And this is Wendy the Witch. Again, this is completely unnecessary. I did not need to get all of these books, but the bookworm in me was like, I just need them, I just need them, I can't not get them. I got these second hand. These should have been £97 retail price. The retail price was £97. They probably would have gone brand new for like 25-30, but I got these for £15 second hand. They're immaculate condition and I love Winnie Witch. I never heard of her when I was young, but Ellie had, so she was a book that I never got into, but they are so lovely and so colourful. So we have got, I really hope you appreciate this video, Winnie the Witch, Winnie's Magic Wand, Winnie's New Computer, Winnie in Space, Winnie's Pirate Adventure, Winnie's Flying Carpet, Winnie's Midnight Dragon, Winnie Flies Again, Winnie at the Seaside, Winnie Under the Sea, Winnie's Amazing Pumpkin, Winnie's Dinosaur Day, Happy Birthday Winnie, and Winnie in Winter. I don't know how many books I've just read. Is that 12, 14, 10? Doesn't say on the label, can't be bothered to count. 14. They're great. They are a bit longer, like the other ones, but the illustrations are incredible. Like, incredible. That's why I love them so much, and that's why I just had to buy them all. They are amazing. Really bright, really colourful. Whenever P sees this, she knows that that says abracadabra, and I'll say, like, Winnie shut her eyes, and she stood on tiptoe, counted to 10 and waved her wand 5 times and shouted, and then P goes abracadabra, and she loves it. So this is the Christmas one. They're just so lovely, funny stories, and P absolutely loves them. I'll show you one more. This one is the Amazing Pumpkin. They're just funny. Look, there's a helicopter made out of a pumpkin. Like, they're just fantastic books, and I really, really recommend these. I love it when I say to P, like, what do you want to read tonight? She's like, Winnie Witch, mummy. I'm like, okay, great, like, good choice. Like I said, they're a bit longer, but the illustrations make up for it, and they're so lovely, and there's so many talking points with these books as well. So that is my book recommendation video for you all. I love books so much. I think that comes across. We love Paddington, but I'd say that they're caters for a lot of the older spectrum. So I'll probably do one of these videos again next year once I've developed our collection a bit more. I really love reading to P. I miss doing it. We don't do it as much as we used to, just because P likes to do role play and Play-Doh, and she's a feisty 3.5-year-old. She loves running around and doing things as opposed to having quiet time and reading. But the time we do get to read is very special, and I love it, and I can't wait to do it in the future with her and start getting out like the stories that I used to read. I can't wait when she's of the age, like when she's 6 or 7, and we sit down and we read Harry Potter and I do a chapter a night. Like, I can't wait for that. I'm so looking forward to that, and reading is just lovely and I love it so much. So I really hope this video has helped you at all. Leave me a comment below. Let me know if you want to see like 1-year-old book recommendations and 2-year-old book recommendations. I'll be happy to do them. I don't know when I will do them because I've got a lot of the stuff up in the attic at the moment because we obviously have no use for it currently. But yeah, I just hope I've given you a little bit of inspiration. I'd recommend trying to look on the work, see if you can get some of these things in a sale. Car boot season's now here, so have a look at your car boots. There's nothing wrong with getting secondhand books. It saves you money and it goes to a good cause. So I'm gonna go. Let me know if you've got any recommendations for us. Let me know your favourites. Let me know if you've got any classics of your own that you remember reading as a child. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye.